guys, this one is about fitness shows and competitions, how to get started, especially if you're looking to get into one in the upcoming year. So for me, for instance, I know everyone's been asking me how I got started. Basically, I got started because I was approached about competing. So for those of you that really aren't approached, or you're just, you're really interested in looking into doing one, this is some of the tips that I wrote down that I thought would be best to go about finding a show or to get into shows. So I said, first and foremost, you want to look at an organization. So there's so many out there. You want to do a lot of research. Research a lot of the organizations about their mission statements. What is their show about? And you also want to look at how long they've been established, because you want to find somebody that's kind of been around, that has an idea of what they're looking for each category. So you're not kind of getting into a brand new organization that doesn't really know what they're looking for yet, because they don't have the caliber of athletes coming in. So they don't have a specific look that they're looking for yet. So I say look at first their mission statement and how long they've been established. Secondly, once you have about 2 or 3 organizations that you think best fits you and your goals, I would say look at some of their athletes. Look at some of their pros. What are their pros doing right now? What does the organization do for their pros? So I say this because if you're just looking to get into shows, maybe this may not apply to you, but a lot of people look into doing fitness modeling or want sponsorships or so forth. So you want to look at what the organization does to help promote their athletes, because that's really important. Third, I'd say choose a physique that you aspire to look like. And I say aspire because this may be a physique that you really, really, really like, but you may not be able to do it for your first show. For instance, if you're 100 pounds, never worked out, don't really have a lot of muscle tone, but really like the look of figure, you may not be able to do figure for your first show, but you aspire to look like a figure competitor someday at some point. And it's always great to have a goal and have a inspirational person that you look up to. So don't ever give up, but you have to realize that you got to start somewhere. But it doesn't mean that, your figure debut is not around the corner. So obviously, once you choose one that you really, really want in the future, like figure, if you want to choose a physique that best fits you, so now bikini might best fit that 90 or 100 pound girl that's never really worked out, doesn't really have a lot of muscle tone. And there's nothing wrong with bikini. Bikini isn't starting from the bottom. It's a very marketable look. So if that best fits your physique right now, then go for it. Like for instance, for me, I always started off, I always had a little bit more muscle on me because I did a lot of sports. I did a lot of kickboxing. I did a lot of basketball, track, you name it, I've done it. So I always had muscle on me. So when I got started, when I was basically kind of tossed between figure and fitness for the WBFF, I chose fitness because I wasn't really big enough for figure at the time, and I really liked the look of the fitness model. So that's what I went after. I also said you want to choose 2 coaches. One, you want to choose one that's a posing coach, and you also want to choose one that's a diet coach. Somebody that can help you with your diet throughout the whole prep. I say keep them separated because it's very important to have somebody that's focused on one thing. So if you have a diet coach and a posing coach and the same person, they're not really focused on one more than the other. They're kind of balanced. So you want somebody that's really, really focused on your diet, and you want somebody that's really, really focused on your posing routines. And this could go for anyone. Bodybuilders, physique, men's physique, women's physique, women's figure, bikini, and fitness model. This goes for everyone. I always say keep them separated just because you want somebody that's dedicated to one, and then they give more energy towards that. So they give more into the diet. You get more into the posing because you have 2 separate people. And then you want to choose a show. So once you have a coach, especially a diet coach, They should be able to basically guide you on how long you should be in prep for. And then at that point, you can choose a show. So if they tell you, you should probably use about 16 weeks. Okay, well, 16 weeks from now is this show for this organization. So you kind of need to work with your coach at that point to figure out what show is basically one that you can get into. You don't want to aim for one that's too soon because you may not be ready and you don't want to be disappointed for one or feel like you're rushed or do things the wrong way. And I always say give yourself time, especially for your first show. Give yourself some time to do a prep that's not rushed. You don't want to do one that's 6 weeks just because you don't want to put your body through that much harshness in such a short period of time, because there's a lot of things that happen behind the scenes basically in your body that it won't be good in the long term. So definitely take your time, lose weight slowly, get with a good coach that feels that way too. You want somebody that's going to take their time with you and not kind of rush you through and just put you show after show after show after show, because you need your body needs to relax, recuperate after each show. It's a lot of stress on the body, so definitely find somebody that fits, like a diet coach that fits those qualities, or at least will do that for you because you're paying for it most of the time, and it's going to be for your health and your benefit only. So those are some of my tips on how I would do it now that I'm kind of got my experience under my belt. So any questions, anything that you guys want to add, please feel free to leave it in the comments, and I will definitely take a look at them and answer any questions that you may have. And I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching.